Hey, what's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist, and today we're going to be doing a Toon deck profile. So I'm really excited for this one because we're actually going to be doing a giveaway in this video of one of these amazing playmats. And this is actually courtesy of Apollo's Dueling Dojo, which is an awesome place to get all sorts of really cool playmats and to even get some amazing field centers that you guys have probably seen me use in the live duels. So if you guys want to check out all the official rules for the giveaway to get one of these amazing playmats, you can check out them down in the description. All you pretty much have to do is be subscribed to the DarkArmedDuelist channel, like this video, and comment down below what your favorite monster is that you would like to see be turned into a Toon monster, which I thought would be a cool concept for this for you guys, because there might be a Toon monster down there that you might comment that somebody else might not have thought of. So without further ado guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell near so you can become part of Notification Squad, and definitely check out the Patreon down in the description below for all those awesome rewards, like getting your name searched in every single video, getting assigned cards in the mail, or even getting to request a deck profile every single month to your patron, along with test hands. And definitely check down in the description below for Apollo's Dueling Dojo, where if you want to get a different playmat, because they have a wide array of playmats on their Izzy store, you can actually use code DAD15, which is down in the description below as well, to get you 15% off your order, which is an awesome advantage, especially in times like these. So without further ado guys, let's get straight on into the deck profile. So first off, we're going to be playing 3 copies of Toon Blackluster Soldier, because you got to play 3 copies of Toon Blackluster Soldier. It's a really amazing monster because what it does is it can't be normal summoned or set. It must be special summoned from your hand by tributing Toon monsters from your hand or field whose level equals 8 or more. And you must control Toon World, while you control Toon World and your opponent doesn't control Toon monster, this card can attack you attack your opponent directly, which is all of your Toon monsters share that ability. And then once per turn, if you control a Toon World, you can target a monster or target any card on the field and banish it, but this card can't attack for the rest of the turn. This card is literally the best Toon in the entire deck. Being able to banish something on the field and attack your opponent directly, and the ease of special summon is just really nice as well. We then play a single copy of Toon Blue Eyes White Dragon. I really play this for nostalgia factor in my particular build, because I just like playing this card. It's a kind of a neat card. It does have a couple of the old school Toon drawbacks, which kind of sucks, but at the same time, it's kind of cool just to play it for the old nostalgia factor. And it's really easy to summon to your side of the field with Paige flip and be able to attack your opponent directly. But it's an overall decent card. You can change it out if you want to and play Toon Ancient Gear Golem over it, but I just like playing this because I also play Dark Magician and Red Eyes in the deck. I don't play Dragoons though. So we're then going to be playing 3 copies of Toon Dark Magician. So we play 3 copies of Toon Dark Magician. Toon Dark Magician is fantastic because it can't attack the turn it's summoned. And then while you control Toon World, your opponent can, and your opponent doesn't control Toon, this card can attack your opponent directly. And then once per turn, you can discard a Toon and then activate one of these effects to special summon a Toon monster from your deck, except another copy of itself, ignoring its summoning conditions, or you get to add a Toon spell or trap from your deck to your hand. This card is literally one of the most crazy cards in the entire deck. Just to be able to get you those added bonuses for the value of what this card does is just great. We then play 2 copies of Red Eyes Toon Dragon. So Red Eyes Toon Dragon is really good too, because this card can let you special summon a Toon from your hand, ignoring its summoning conditions. I love this card. This deck is basically turbo this card out, then get Dark Magician, discard a card, and then special summon Toon BLS or Blue Eyes to get them all out on your side of the field extremely quickly, which is the whole kind of concept of what this deck does, to be able to get you those 3 big Toon monsters on your side of the field to then attack your opponent directly the following turn. We then play 3 copies of Toon Mermaid. Toon Mermaid basically says in all that text that you can special summon this card to your side of the field if you control Toon World, which is going to be your Toon Kingdom. So this card's really good to help you get into rank 4s and into link plays, but that's pretty much all it's here for. But if Toon World leaves the field, this card is destroyed, which is a little bit unfortunate, but you want to get this card off the field as quickly as possible. We then play 3 copies of Toon Harpy Lady. So I actually play 3 copies of Toon Harpy Lady because I kind of built this deck based around rank 4s. And what this card does is it can attack the turn it's summoned, which the majority of your Toons share that ability anyways. And if you control Toon World, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then, if you control another Toon monster, you can destroy 1 spell or trap your opponent's side of the field, which is a pretty good effect just to be able to destroy a spell or trap on your opponent's side of the field. You can only see the effect of this card once per turn. Also, while you control Toon World and your opponent doesn't control a Toon, this card can attack your opponent directly, which is also a very, very good effect just to be able to destroy something, or to be able to special summon to your field and attack your opponent directly. We then play 3 copies of the Blackstone of Legend. So the Blackstone of Legend is a very unique card in this deck, because what it says is you contribute this card to special summon a level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster from your deck. Doesn't care if it's a Toon, just has to be a Red Eyes. So you just immediately special summon out your copy of Toon Red Eyes, use its effect to special summon your Dark Magician to your field, and then go from there for all those really, really good plays, because you're trying to get Red Eyes to your field as quickly as possible, and then go for your copy of Dark Magician, and then get out your copy of BLS, or use your copy of Paige Flip to get the monster that you need when you need it. We then play 3 copies of Ash Blossom, which is something a little bit different from the last build. We actually threw in 3 Ash Blossoms because when Savannah started playing it, she actually was like, hey, I really like the deck, but it needs a little bit more counter in the build. So why don't we drop the traps and play Ash Blossom, and we can just make it a 41 card deck. And I was like, you know what? That's a smart idea. Let's give it a try. And we fell in love with it. So we play 3 Ash over the traps now. So that's it for the monsters, guys. Let's get into the spells. It's a very simplistic monster lineup. You don't really need anything outside of the Toon monsters and the Ash Blossoms. They're really, really, really important for the deck, though. And the copies of the Blackstone of Legend. Those are really important for the deck. So, for the spells, we're going to be playing a single copy of Double or Nothing. This is basically here so you can attack your opponent with a 10,000 beat stick if you get the chance. With Double or Nothing, it does come up pretty frequently where you will put 2 rank 4s on it, or 2 level 4s to go into Double or Nothing, and you'll have the Double or Nothing still in the deck, and your opponent will leave you open. As you guys have probably seen in a lot of the live duels where this deck has been played, that you'll summon out like a copy of Toon Mermaid and Toon Harpy Lady, overlay them both, summon Double or Nothing, or Utopia Double, detach a material, grab Double or Nothing from the deck, and then immediately overlay Utopia at 5,000, swing with Utopia for 5,000, detach a material to negate the attack, and then immediately like OTK your opponent with a 10,000 beat stick. The only downside to it is it can't attack directly. We then play a single copy of Mimicat. Mimicat is also really good. It can be any card, essentially. If you control Toon World and a Toon monster, then you can target a card in your opponent's graveyard, and if it's a monster, you special summon it. If it's a spell or trap, you set it to your field, but you can only use this effect once per turn, which is a very, very powerful effect that it can grab something out of your opponent's graveyard. We then play 3 copies of Comic Hand. I've actually bumped Comic Hand up to 3 in this deck because it's really Snatch Steal. Like, this card is really good because if you control a Toon World, you can equip this card to an opponent's monster and take control of it, and it's treated as a Toon monster. And if your opponent controls no Toons, that monster can attack your opponent directly. And if this card is destroyed, or if Toon World's not on the field, then you destroy this card, and then you pretty much give it back to your opponent, which is pretty good. The only downside is all equipped cards pretty much target, so this card does kind of target. We then play 3 copies of Toon Table of Contents. Toon Table of Contents is a fantastic card, which basically lets us add any card that has Toon in its name to our hand. And if that wasn't bad enough, we have 3 copies of Toon Bookmark, which is also a searcher in this deck as well. What Toon Bookmark does is it lets you add a card that's a Toon World, or a card that specifically lists Toon World in its text from your deck to your hand. And also, if your copy of Toon World is going to be destroyed, which is Toon Kingdom in this case, if it's going to be destroyed, then you can manage this card from your graveyard instead, which is a fantastic effect. We then play 3 copies of Toon Paige Flip. The Toon Paige Flips are pretty good too. This is one of the best cards you can actually draw. Like, there's really not a bad card in this entire deck. What this card does is if you control Toon World, you reveal 3 Toons with different names in your deck. Your opponent randomly picks one of them from the cards that you reveal, and then you special summon it to your side of the field, and then you shuffle the rest back into the deck. So basically what you're always going to reveal with this is, depending on what you have on your side of the field, you're either going to reveal a copy of Toon Blackluster Soldier, a copy of Toon Blue Eyes, your Toon Dark Magician, or your copy of your Toon Red Eyes. Depending on which one you have already in your hand or already summoned to your field, you'll pick the other 3 and then summon that. Because usually that's how I find it works. I usually have one of them and I don't have the other 2 on my field or the other 3 on my field, and then I'll pick one of those and start special summoning all of them. But you really want to use this to get your combo piece like Red Eyes if you don't already have Red Eyes. This card is ridiculously good. We then play 3 copies of Toon Kingdom, which is the most important card in the entire deck. This card, it counts as Toon Kingdom. When it activates, you have to banish 3 cards from the top of your deck. Also, this card's name becomes Toon World while on the field, and your opponent cannot target any of your Toon monsters you control with card effects. And if a Toon monster you control would be destroyed by battle or by card effect, you can banish 1 card from the top of your deck face down for each of the monsters that was going to be destroyed. This card is ridiculously good. It protects all of your Toons. It also gives you that added bonus of becoming Toon World and you banish 3 off the top of your deck, which is not that big of a deal. We then play 3 copies of Pot of Extravagance just to round out the deck. The Pot of Extravagances are really good because you don't really care about the extra deck all that much, so the Pot of Extravagance is just going to give you that added bonus to draw 2, where Pot of Prosperity is just going to give you that basically get to pick 1 and it goes 1 for 1. This actually gets you a +1, which is why I play it over the copy of Pot of Prosperities, and you have all these searchers in the deck, so it's really not that big if I draw 2 searchers and then I can just go off and grab what I need anyway. So I really like this over that card in this deck. So that's it for the main deck, guys. Let's get into the extra deck, and don't forget to comment down below what your favorite monster that you would like to see turned into a Toon is, so you can enter the giveaway, and check out the official rules down in the description below so you can see all of the rules for the giveaway. So, for the extra deck, we're going to be playing 3 copies of Flare Metal, because every time your opponent breathes, they take 500 off this card, which is really, really good. And also, it's pretty easy to summon with the level 7s in this deck. It's pretty easy to get this card out on your side of the field. Double Bahamut Shark, because you can use Mermaid to go into Bahamut Shark to be able to detach 1, and then immediately special summon your Totally Awesome, which we just play 2 copies of Toad in the deck, because you really don't need more than 2. At that point, you're just asking for them to be hit by Extravagance. We play 2 copies of the Timeless. Timeless is pretty good too, because Timeless is basically just here to double the attack of a Toon monster and be able to get you added advantage against your opponent, because it can literally turn a Toon Blackluster soldier into a 6,000 attack directly monster. So I play this at 2. It can also let you draw 2 and discard 1, which is really nice, which is why I play this card in the deck. And it can also give you that ability to revive a Toon from the graveyard, which is pretty nice. We then play 2 copies of Utopia to go into with our copy of Utopia Double. These are basically just here to OTK your opponent, like I mentioned earlier, with your Double or Nothing combo that I brought up while we brought out Utopia Double, or Double or Nothing. And then I play 2 copies of Blockade Borg Blocker. The extra deck hasn't changed that much since the last build, I will admit, because the extra deck is already kind of perfect where it is. The only thing that you could really change if you wanted to was maybe drop the 2 Timeless for another Bahamut Shark and another Toad. You could do that, but I like having the ability to use this if I get a mix bag where I get a copy of Mermaid and I get a copy of Mermaid and a copy of Harpy Lady. I can summon them both to my side of the field while Toon World's on the field, go into this, and then draw 2 and discard 1, or double the attack of something. I like to have that added advantage, but it does come in sometimes where I don't really need it. So you could play Baguska over this as well. I thought about playing double Baguska, just kind of hold down my opponent until I can get the Toons that I need on the field. That is another option for you guys. So that's pretty much it for the deck, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. Definitely comment down below what your favorite Toon is, and check out the official rules down in the description for the giveaway. And thank you so much, Apollo's Dueling Dojo, for actually sending me an extra mat to give back to the community. See, I like to do these giveaways because it lets me give back to the community just a little bit and actually do something for you guys to show you how much I really appreciate all the support that you guys put into the channel, and just show you guys, you know, that I care and that I want to like better the community that we have for Yu-Gi-Oh, because this might make somebody's day, and this might become somebody's favorite map, which is what I'm aiming for, and them think, wow, I actually won this from DarkArmedDuelist. That's really cool. And he actually personally sent me this, and it was because Apollo's Dueling Dojo actually sent it to him, and he wanted to do something nice. And that's what we need more of in the community, is looking after one another. So anyways, guys, this is DarkArmedDuelist. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell there so you can become part of the notification squad, and definitely check out the Patreon down in the description below, and check out Apollo's Dueling Dojo down in the description below as well if you guys want to see all the cool mats that they have and all the cool field centers as well. And we'll see you guys in the next video. See you later, guys.